New York City, the entertainment capital of the world. This city can either make you or run right over you. When that opportunity comes knocking, will you seize the moment? This is more than just entertainment. This is professional wrestling. Come feel the passion, the emotion, the experience when Impact Wrestling starts a new era with 3 historic nights of televised events.
Experience Impact Wrestling live at the Manhattan Center, January 7th, 8th, and 9th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
You already know Kowloon Restaurant, established in 1950 and spanning 4 generations, serves a multi-Asian menu. Did you also know that Kowloon Restaurant is New England's premier Asian dining and entertainment complex, serving Cantonese, Szechuan, Thai, and Polynesian cuisine? And did you know that Kowloon Restaurant is also the home of the finest Japanese sushi? If you haven't dined at Kowloon Restaurant lately, then you simply haven't dined at Kowloon. Kowloon Restaurant, Route 1 North in Saugus.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Harley Race.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
This is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner, around the world, welcome to a special installment of Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Mirade. Big night here in Boston. It is cold, it is snowy, but about 200 miles down the street, it is the eve of Impact Wrestling's return to the Manhattan Center in New York. New York, just a block away from Madison Square Garden. It's going to be a big one. TNA has 3 big nights of TV tapings because in just a little bit over 24 hours from the moment I'm taping this, Impact Wrestling debuts on Destination America at 9 p.m. Check your local listings. In this day and age, it's a lot easier to find the TV channels than it used to be in the past. Just Google it, put in your cable company, however you have to do it. We need wrestling fans to support this endeavor. I cannot stress that enough. Whether you have been a great fan of TNA Impact in the past, whether you have been a lapsed fan that may have enjoyed it at one time and have skipped it for a bit, if you've never been a fan of it, if you don't even know about it, in this day and age, we have a lot of fans that come in and out, and we seem to recycle them. We need every fan humanly possible to tune in to TNA Impact on Spike TV. Why? Because professional wrestling fans need to support professional wrestling. No professional wrestling company is perfect. That's evident every week. But we need as many active wrestling companies as possible that can provide full-time jobs. More promotions that can provide more full-time jobs, the more athletes that are going to wind up having longer, more successful careers. It's imperative in 2015. This isn't the 1970s when you had territories in 20 different parts of America where you could go to have a full-time job. It's WWE, TNA, and, even some of the guys in the Ring of Honor type promotions have jobs outside of wrestling. You'd have to go to Japan, Mexico, and such. It's difficult. And it should be easier. There's more wrestling fans in 2015 that don't watch professional wrestling that do, in my opinion. So, again, tell all your wrestling friends, give TNA Impact a shot on Destination America, Wednesday, January the 7th at 9 p.m. Very important. If you are in the New York City area, tickets are available for all 3 shows. Head on down to the Manhattan Center. What a great venue. It's where Monday Night Raw emanated from back in 1993 in its infancy on USA. If you are in the area on Wednesday tomorrow, you got Bobby Roode versus Bobby Lashley 3, the third matchup between the two. They're tied at 1 apiece. I'd love to see Bobby Lashley regain the Impact Wrestling Championship. The very reason he's the real deal. He's legit. He looks like a wrestler. He looks like a tough guy. He's the real deal. Bobby Roode, as I've stated before, he's a solid in-ring performer, but he's been around TNA for a long time, back into the early days, back in the Nashville Fairgrounds, I believe. I think it's time to move on from those types of talents, at least in the main event spots. Also, you have a big announcement from Kurt Angle. Will it be that he's going to return to the squared circle? That remains to be seen. Also, if you're in New York on Thursday night, what a big tag team matchup. The Wolves, Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, take on Jeff and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys. It's going to be electric in the Manhattan Center for that one. Then Friday night, you want to talk about big time in NYC. It's going to be Impact Wrestling Lockdown, live from the Manhattan Center. Now, mind you, Lockdown was a pay-per-view every year up until this year. In 2015, Lockdown's going to be free on Destination America. How cool is that? And you can be there live. Tickets start at just $20. VIP packages are available as well. Head on over to ImpactWrestling.com for complete event information. The VIP packages are exclusive to ImpactWrestling.com. Keep that in mind. Tickets are available at the box office as well as Ticketmaster. TNA has been very active since the Destination America announcement, re-signing many, many talents, which is a great sign for the health of any wrestling company. As it's been noted, Kurt Angle has re-signed with Impact Wrestling. John Cena Sr. and I debated that quite a bit. It was touch and go whether he may return to WWE, which at one point was his wish. But ultimately, he decided that Impact Wrestling was the best spot for him in his overall realm of reality in 2015. One guy I'm really, really big on is Ethan Carter III. I don't understand how WWE missed the boat on him. Fantastic, I guess you could say, a character right now, but someone with a boatload of potential, young guy that can go in the ring. I'm glad to see that he's going to be on national television for the foreseeable future. Our good friend, the Monster Abyss, we've seen him a lot here in the Millennium Wrestling Federation. Hell of a guy, hell of a hardcore monster. I hope in the new day and age on Destination America we see a much more serious, angry Abyss. We can do it without some of the comedy and the nonsense that has unfortunately plagued the character over the years. One half of the Bromans, Jesse, has been re-signed to TNA Impact. That's a good thing. Love tag team wrestling. Bromans were a part of that last year, to say the very least. TNA Knockout Madison Rayne is back with an extension in TNA. Ken Anderson, the former Mr. Kennedy in WWE, is also back, as well as Eric Young. And the Wolves, who we mentioned earlier, who faced the Hardy Boys Thursday night in the Manhattan Center. Davey Richards and our long time friend, diehard Eddie Edwards. A man that debuted in the Millennium Wrestling Federation when I don't even think he was a man yet. He was a green-haired youngin' back in 2002 at the AmeriCal Civic Center in Wakefield, Massachusetts. One of the finest professional wrestlers in the world. I'm so proud of Eddie and very happy for his success that he has found, especially signing what is likely a multi-year deal with TNA. Hopefully these deals are for more than a year, but hey, you know what? Who knows? I'm not in those boardrooms. I wish I was, but that's a different story for a different time. I had a chance to speak with folks at the TNA offices. There is quite an excitement there. There is momentum there. People could say, I don't know what Destination America is. I don't know how to find it. True. I mean, I don't know what Destination America is either, to be honest with you. I had to Google it and look up where I could find it on Comcast cable here in Boston. But Destination America is a growing network, part of the Discovery family. And it's great that they are investing their time, money, and assets in Impact Wrestling because for the very simple reason, on Spike TV, Impact was getting 1 million people plus just about every week. Whether you love the show, like the show, dislike the show, hated the show, that's a fact. There are cable stations anywhere you look that would die to get a show with 1 million plus viewers. Granted, there's a lot of nuances that come with professional wrestling. That's both good and bad. But TNA Impact can really help Destination America grow because not only are you going to get those eyeballs watching the wrestling, but during the TV commercials, Destination America would be foolish not to plug the hell out of everything else going on their channel. Maybe there'll be programs I'll be interested in watching. Maybe there'll be other programs on the channel you might be interested in watching. But again, it's very important. Wednesday, January the 7th, 9 p.m., Destination America. It's a new chapter in the company. And I'll tell you this, they can't screw it up. You know, I love TNA. Like I said, I want to see professional wrestling succeed at all levels to create as many jobs as possible. But, you know, there have been times when it appears the ball has been dropped creatively and with talent. in their now almost 13-year history. The fans don't want to see that ball dropped anymore. They want to see athletes take the ball and run. And I believe after some of the hits and misses over the years, I think they're ready for it. I am very optimistic that TNA will go in the right direction with Impact Wrestling on Destination America. And keep in mind, even though the debut edition has been in its normal Spike TV slot on Wednesday, the regular airings of it will begin Friday, January the 16th at 9 p.m. on Destination America, where SmackDown is moving to Thursdays. TNA is going to take that slot where you have so many wrestling fans accustomed to watching the genre on Friday night. So that's pretty cool. And from there on out, it'll be Friday night TNA Impact on Destination America. Again, give it a shot. Check out ImpactWrestling.com. Don't forget, here in the world of Boston Wrestling, the Millennium Wrestling Federation, we have our new daily history videos. They're back. We have a little bit of news. We have live event updates in there. It's really cool. John Cena Sr. and myself with Wrestling Insiders have become a big hit. All kinds of specials on our YouTube channel. Check on over there and like, share, and subscribe. We do this pretty much free for you guys. The more support we can get, the better. And again, we thank you for tuning in, fans. We love professional wrestling. We love the sport. We love to interact with folks that love it as well, whether we agree, disagree, as long as there's that common denominator of respecting everyone's opinions. That's a really cool thing. Great time to be a professional wrestling fan. Let's see what TNA Impact does on Destination America. History will be written beginning January the 7th, 2015.
30 years in the making. Iconic moments take on a new life in stunning images, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive interviews.
One of the most incredible nights I've ever had.
On that night, there's nobody else I could have done it with but Scott Hall.
Welcome to WrestleMania!
30